G'day. Now, I'd like to address our attention to the series of articles in the Tissues over the year concerning the vitally important business of what Bob, Hawke and Malcolm were like when they were at kindergarten. Someone's gone and interviewed some of the old kindy teachers, and the results represent a new high in the fearless world of Australian publishing, which is a fairly tall order in itself. Most of them seem to remember Malcolm as being a founder member of the Drongo fraternity, and enormous surprise is expressed in pretty well every quarter that he went on to become anything at all. Bob, on the other hand, showed early skills with his blocks and apparently made very few bones about what he wanted to do when he grew up, which I think we can confidently expect to happen any day now. He was a big drinker, of course, Bob, and was pretty famous about the place for being able to drink a fair bit, and as a result he had a reputation for being something of a drinker. And in fact, when drinking is mentioned, even today, the kindy authorities all cast their minds back and recall the drinking of Bob, who had a bit of a name for that sort of thing in those days because of his drinking. Now, of course, I should point out that this was a special kindy in England, apparently, for slow learners and preschoolers with a drinking problem, and there are one or two interesting things about it. Firstly, it's probably significant that the staff had within the hallowed halls a bloke who they didn't think would amount to very much, but who not long afterwards became Prime Minister of a not inconsiderable colonial outpost, twice, with two of the biggest majorities ever seen. The fact that they noticed in young Bob's burgeoning make-up a bit of a thirst and a desire to be Prime Minister himself will give you some idea of the enormous perception these boys are bringing to the exercise. They seem to have thought not only that Malcolm wouldn't become Prime Minister, but that Bob would, which he doesn't really seem to have done, at least not to anywhere near the extent that Malcolm has. In fact, I think that until they get their guessing a bit better organised, these boys should probably stay out of the papers and perhaps just go and have a drink with Bob.